Hello, hello, and welcome to the Vinyl Vault. My name is Tony,
And I'm Parker.
and today we're talking about one album in particular that I chose for this week, and it is AC/DC's Back in Black.
Why did you pick this album?
When we did Thriller last week,
Yeah.
and obviously Thriller being one of the most celebrated and most purchased album of all time.
Yeah.
Number two was AC/DC Back in Black. So I was like, you know what? Let's see.
Right.
Let's see.
So one of my favorite things about AC/DC is actually has nothing to do with the music. There's this I always say old Vine for kids that are my age. But it's a video, TikTok, skit, whatever you want. And it's just a bunch of guys standing around and the joke is that they're AC/DC. And they're like, hey, this song Back in Black's like great, who should sing it? And it pans over to this guy and he's like, I don't know, somebody should sing it. Like, and his voice sounds exactly like Angus Young. He's a singer, right? No.
Brian Johnson.
Well, it sounds like Brian Johnson then. Maybe that's why. I'll have to show you that video because you didn't laugh as much as I thought you would.
I heard it. I've seen it.
You've
heard
seen it?
So yes, I smirked because I remembered. But yes, did I laugh? No, because your delivery was terrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
And you did the wrong person. But
Yeah,
yes.
listen. Not my finest moment.
It is what it is. So AC/DC Back in Black.
Yes.
Indeed, one of the greatest albums ever made. And to my surprise, you already had it.
Yeah.
In your collection.
It's not, and we brought it with us today. They say the phrase "if these walls could talk." This is very. You could tell this has been used. See, it's not a still photo. We brought it with us. I wish we could interview it, but there it sits and mocks us and stares at us, and you can just tell, still very, very worn in the back. I don't believe it's a reissue. I think
Oh boy.
if I move it back a little more,
There it is.
it says 1980, which is the year it came out. Typically, when you see reissues on vinyls, it'll have the original year it came out, and then also it would have the year of the reissue. So it would say like 1980 and then 2021 or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't think I have this rare piece of music history, but it's still great to listen to, originals to an extent.
Sure.
But Tony, I assume you love this album.
I do. Honestly, it is an album I haven't listened to in quite some time, but those songs have been in my playlists, my MP3 players, what have you. And it's all over the radio. I mean, seemingly, just about every song on here has had a run on the radio, whether it was released as a single or not. Like, it's just like, oh, I had no idea that it was on that album.
If you listen to Apple Music or Spotify or Pandora, if you still do that, if you go to any classic rock playlist or classic rock station, there's a pretty good chance any of these songs are on the playlist. It's one of those. I personally don't view this album in terms of the same cultural and musical impact as like Led Zeppelin 4 or A Night at the Opera. I don't view it in that same lens. I do think it's a good classic rock album, but it's unfortunately it's not. It would be in the Hall of Very Good. I'll put it that way. It'll be in the Hall of Very Good.
Okay.
It's an HOVG album.
Okay. Well, why don't we jump into it then?
Yeah.
So we usually do top three.
Yes.
Were you able to find a top three?
I was. Usually you give us a little history lesson into these albums.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah, I can certainly do
he
that.
doesn't know the history.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't know the history.
So AC/DC is an Australian band. The big thing is that
Why are they called AC/DC?
It's just power, baby. It's just power. And there, if you're not aware, there was also a term for a certain group of people that also used ACDC, mainly homosexuals, and they're like, "Are they a band of homosexuals?" They're like, "No, man. Like like you know, alternate current, direct current. It's like electricity. It's power." And they're like, "Oh, okay." So that's
What?
yeah, yeah. It's not like initials or something like that. It's
just-
literally that. What did you think?
I think they just put it together because it sounded easy to say.
And that's fair. Coming from my own band called TCT, yeah, it was just.
And what
it's
is that?
just
And what does that mean?
That a collection of people put together, and everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are TCT." No, it's just our initials. In this case, no, it was Power, but it already had a the name was already attached to a certain group of people, but they took it over, and now ACDC, you just know as the band and not anything else apparently. So yeah, there you go. The big thing about this being the seventh album,
Seventh.
yeah, is that the first six were with their second singer, Bon Scott, who passed away from alcohol poisoning. He liked to party, and he passed just around 1979.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Tony. I couldn't name you an AC/DC song before this album, like in their chronological like order of albums.
Oh, I mean, Highway to Hell. I mean, that was just before it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought. See, my extensive knowledge of AC/DC is nothing, and
Okay.
I don't want to assume that Back in Black was their first album, but for some reason I didn't think it was their debut album. I just didn't think it was their seventh, and with a different lead singer.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a big deal, as Bon Scott sounds exactly like Brian Johnson. That's the thing, is that, I mean, both Australian, and actually Bon was a huge fan of Brian Johnson. He was in a band called Geordie, and they weren't as big, but he has publicly said, like, that guy's a really good singer, and so he kind of acknowledged him, which kind of sits into the lore of when they were looking for a new singer. They were like, well, what about this, Brian Johnson guy? Because Bon always really liked him. A fan sent the rest of the band members the album, a Georgie album. They're like, oh, that guy's really good. Who is it? And it's like, oh, it's Brian Johnson. And then, coincidentally, a music executive by somebody you might have heard of before, called Mutt Lang. He was like, "Hey, I know of this singer who might be
Shania
perfect."
Twain's ex-husband, Mutt Lang.
Yes,
that guy.
That guy.
That guy that fumbled Shania Twain. Your name's Mutt. You're already in a hole.
I think he did just fine. He did just fine.
Fumbled Shania.
Also,
You keep saying Brian Johnson. I keep thinking you're saying Tom Johnston, who's the singer, one of the singers of the Doobie Brothers. So I'm trying to picture Tom Johnston leading AC/DC.
Because you don't know the band members as well. The drummer's name is Phil Rudd, who I keep thinking is Paul Rudd as well. So if I say Paul Rudd, if we
This
ever
would be an
talk about the drummer.
interesting concert.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, everyone was like, Brian Johnson's the guy. Brian Johnson gets the call. He gets the audition, not knowing that he was already the number one pick. Finally gets it after, I think he was in his early 30s and was about to give up music. And he got the call of a lifetime. And within months, they went into the studio and made this album, starting with the song Back in Black. And
they started recording that song first.
that was their first song, and knew that they were going to call this album Back in Black to honor Bon.
And what's the significance of that?
Well, it is one they knew that people would want to listen to how they're going, how the band was going to react to Bon Scott's death. They didn't want to do a sappy, love song or like a just something sad. They wanted to celebrate his life and what he was all about. And he was very rebellious. He was very, very in your face, a lot of fun. And so, in a lot of ways, he kind of spit in the face of death constantly because that's just how hard he partied until he didn't. But
Yeah.
they like that energy. And so not only is it like, we're back in black, as in, just black being a color of rebellion, but also back in black, as in you have to wear black in a funeral. So it's the dichotomy of death, rebellion, and honoring and tributing to Bon Scott. So yeah, there you go.
You're so wise.
I
You're like
just
the owl from the Tootsie Roll commercials.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Three.
So this album is on Apple Music's 100 best albums,
Oh,
and probably ranked lower than I think it should be. But again, it's I'm in that weird phase where it kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place where it's like I know this is a good album. I just don't like. I don't know. I don't see this album and immediately go, boom. That's one of the best. I mean, commercially, that's not a word. Commercially, I'm assuming it is.
oh,
You just talked about it when we started. You said it was number 2.
it was number 2. Right? I mean, there's a huge gap between Thriller's sales and AC/DC's
Is this all time or just the 80s?
all time. So yeah, it was absolutely huge, and it beat out. I think it was Whitney Houston. I think it was Whitney Houston's album.
My Whitney Houston,
Her album.
the singer.
Yes, Whitney, number 3. So that shows.
I hate this album.
Michael, AC/DC, Whitney Houston.
I mean, what a time.
I
Aside from like everything else going on in the 80s, it would have been a great time to be a fan of music and movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot happened in the '80s.
My only request is that if we got a time machine, we kept our current jobs at our current pay rate, but went back to the 80s. We could afford front row tickets to all these people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I think I saw it was in that Yacht Rock documentary. Kenny Loggins used to open for Fleetwood Mac. And it's like, could you imagine for $25 you could go see Kenny Loggins and Fleetwood Mac? Now you can't even watch YouTube TV without paying $40 a month.
This is true. The '80s had some really great music and a lot of potential bands that would come up. Yeah, it was a great time. And
the 80s.
It is what it is.
Let me tell
unfortunately.
you what I like about this album.
Please.
So my top 3, I have number 3, I have Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution.
Yeah.
It's probably the closest thing. Maybe I've missed something. I feel like it's probably the closest thing they have to a ballad. And it's just because it's like 100 beats per minute instead of 120.
You're saying that "Let Me Put My Love Into You" is not a ballad?
Listen. I stared at that title and I said to myself, there's no way I can. I don't know how to explain this. You ever seen this movie from 2006 called The Onion Movie?
The Onion movie?
Yeah.
No.
It's basically a bunch of skits written by people that used to do the Onion News.
Okay. I love it already.
And there's a skit in there about this pop star who has very. I'm not going to repeat the names of the songs, but they're very suggestive, heavily implied sexual undertones in the songs. And they're interviewing this pop star, and she's like, "It's just it's a song about hugging," and they're like, "No, it's not." And it's just Let Me Put My Love Into You. I take a lot of things literally,
You sure
and
do.
I don't like it. That
What, they have a lot of love and they want to put it into.
no, stop trying to defend it. It's getting worse.
It's actually about. I'm pretty sure it's just straightforward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't sitting there thinking like this is a song about corporate greed and the struggles of fame. Like this isn't a metaphor song. So that's great. So number 3, I've got Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Number 2, I have Back in Black, and number 1, I have Hell's Bells. And pretty cool thing, if you ever take a flight, just in general, if you, as you're taking off, if you put on Hell's Bells, it's pretty awesome.
What a story.
When 3.5 years ago, we took a family trip to Mexico, and it's the first time I've ever been on a flight. And I was like, I'm gonna make this a movie, just to myself. And I put my headphones in, I put on Hell's Bells, and there's something about the plane rushing hundreds of miles an hour, and all you hear is just bells and opening riffs, and it was it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I recommend everybody try it. But yeah, I mean, Shoot to Thrill's a good song. Have a Drink on Me always reminds me of the Twisted Tea commercials. And then You Shook Me All Night Long. I mean, those are all great songs, but if, gun to my head, top 3, I mean, they're not making it. I'm sorry.
Well, my top 3, not too different from yours, but
Not too different?
Not too different. My 3 is Shook Me All Night Long.
Okay. I didn't mean to.
Well, I mean, you gotta stop moving around. Number 2 is Back in Black, and then number 1 is Hell's Bells.
Really?
Yeah. I've always liked Hell's Bells. I mean, it's just a cool. It's a cool riff. I love the bell at the very beginning.
Pretty much what the whole song's about. It's bells.
I mean, it's Hell's Bells.
Yeah. Is that song supposed to be about like dealing with death and like hearing? I'm assuming they're trying to imply that when you get to this place, they have their own set of church bells.
Yeah, probably. I mean, as far as I know, the lyrics here have always been pretty straightforward, as in one of the songs that we just talked about. So for the most part, whatever imagery that you're picturing whenever they're saying it is most likely the imagery that they're trying to show you.
In hindsight, maybe not a good song to play when you're on an airplane. In hindsight, maybe I should have went with like Footloose.
Well, in the spirit though of the rebellion and everything like that, it's kind of perfect, for you to. Lately, I've been going through the
Midlife Crisis.
The MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I recognized it, but just now it's really ingrained that anytime you see Iron Man flying around, he's usually flying around to an AC/DC song, even though it'd make more sense for
Black Sabbath.
Right. But
MCU, that stars the guy from Mad Men, right?
Yeah, Phil Rudd.
I was like, which obscure actor could I just pull out of my hat? Man.
Yeah. So anyway, going through it, I'm hearing a lot of AC/DC, and I think that also helped the influence of why.
Well, do you remember? It was probably around 2010, 2009, maybe. More like 2010. Iron Man 2 was starting to come out, and AC/DC was coming out with like that Black Ice album.
They just came back from like a long hiatus. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that you couldn't escape it. Like it was like a brand deal with Walmart. It was really weird. And for some reason they like combined those two marketing groups together. I'm asking you if you remember something and you're staring at me like I'm crazy.
I don't remember that specifically, but I remember AC/DC coming back and being. There's a joke. with, I believe, in an interview with a reporter who was kind of being a little biased when talking to the members of AC/DC, and they were like, "Well, how does it feel that you guys made 5 albums of the exact same thing?" And they corrected the reporter, saying, "No, we made 6 of the exact same thing." So the question is, okay, after all this long hiatus, what does a 2010 AC/DC sound like? I mean, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Though great for people who just love that sound.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel like a musician, an artist, really should be able to like grow a little bit. So I wasn't a huge fan of that album, but it was cool to kind of see the guys back in black.
How do you feel about this? I'm sure you've seen the videos of this group playing concerts from like this year or last, and it's not good. You know what I'm referring to. I mean,
Just
notes they used to hit don't hit the same. The certain moves I think Angus would do. Kind of concerned about him.
I mean,
They're going to be in St. Louis next year.
okay. And you are going to go?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if we can afford those tickets.
But it's AC/DC.
I just is it weird seeing these people that you love still trying to do what they love, but they're not able to give you that experience? I mean, if you and I time traveled and saw them in the 80s, we would be floored. We would love it. We would go home and we'd be like Garth and Wayne the whole night.
Right on.
But if we saw them now,
Yeah.
based on the evidence I've seen so far, I feel like we would just leave the venue being like, that was sad.
Well, I haven't seen super recent AC/DC, and they might always sound like that. That also could have been a bad concert for them. My favorite band being Metallica, they still rock. Are able to hit the notes and everything just the same. They play even more than they did before, and I'm glad that, at least in my opinion, they still sound fantastic at their age.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, is it disappointing when you hear current day Guns N' Roses and Axl just does not sound the same? You know.
Yeah, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt because, hypothetically, if these guys don't become rock stars until their 20s, it's been 50 plus years. I mean, these guys are in their 70s. It's just, I love live music as much as the next person, and we both like the groups that we like. And I'm a big Michael McDonald fan. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, he sounded great when we saw him last in September.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him at the Nature Arena, and he sounded great. But you could tell there were a couple times it was weird. When I was in the concert and watching it, I was like, he sounds amazing. I feel like I'm back in time. Then I watched some of the videos the next morning. I was like, he was a little pitchy there for a minute. I was worried about him.
And is he in a wheelchair right now?
And it's like,
I don't remember that.
and it's like, how do you have that conversation? How
Are
do
you telling them to stop?
No, I'm not saying they should stop. I'm just saying, like, at what point do you not, go out on your own terms?
I mean, it's your own choice, and it's something that it's their livelihood. It's a part of them. And the fans want to know. They want to hear. They want to have that chance to see AC/DC one more time.
You're pushing me close to a hot take.
Okay, go for it. I want to. Let's discuss. What
There
are you
should-
saying?
there should-
They should know when to stop.
There should be a law that if you don't sound anywhere close to how you sounded when you were at your peak,
Yeah.
it's casinos from here on out. You only get to perform at casinos. There's no reason why people should be booking shows at the Edward Jones Dome if they don't sound good.
I could think of a reason, because there's enough people who could fill the Edward Jones Dome to go see them. Now, if it's only the size of a casino, then yeah, maybe you change the venues.
You and I are both going to get past our prime too.
Sure.
we'll no longer be able to, do this. And I mean, I am comparing us to AC/DC right now. But the point is that if we ever, got past our prime and just no longer could deliver a product in any industry, usually people would stop doing it. There's a reason, we don't have certain things that we had as kids, because just the public, I mean, I was about to say the public demand, which you would counterpoint and say, well, there clearly is public demand because they're still playing. But at what point do you recognize that you're not giving the best product that you can?
Again, I mean, it's up to the individual of either the self actualization and realization of like, okay, I know that this is not, the best. I think of John Cena with his farewell tour, right? Like, you can see him physically broken.
I'm watching him and I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling bad.
So he obviously he's aware enough, like, okay, like this is the last time. 'Cause
Yes.
I can't do this again, right? So there's an appreciation for something like that. But then if you look at somebody like your Ric Flairs, who's still going around doing things and has had multiple retirement matches and stuff like that, but if you can still physically move your fingers and sing a song, there's a voice coming out of your and you still have the spirit of what's going on, then who's just like, aside from Parker, who's to say when you should stop?
Do you think that bands that have been playing for as long as AC/DC, do you think they should charge discounted tickets?
Like a senior discount?
Because no, maybe not the senior discount, but do you think that, so for example, oh God, I can't remember the last time I actually bought a ticket to a current popular act. No offense, Michael. Let's say hypothetically the average ticket is $150 to go see I don't know, I'd say Taylor Swift, but those tickets were like $1,800. So Taylor Swift's not on the table. My point is that I see, now I'm changing my stance slightly. I think if you're going to continue performing at the rate that you're performing and potentially giving a lower product in exchange, you should charge less dollars to the American consumer, because if you're not giving 100%, why should I pay 100% of the average ticket price for a show? And I know that different talent dictates different ticket sales. It's all, what's the phrase? Supply and demand. I get it. I'm just, if I get on Ticketmaster and I see that they're charging $80 to see them next year, I want to talk to the people that are spending $80 whole dollars in 2026 by then to see AC/DC.
I mean, I would see them for.
You would
for
pay
that.
$80 American dollars.
I've never seen them before. This is probably my last time, last chance, possibly. I mean, they might still be going on, but I'd like to see them once, and I can't see them back in time.
Yeah, you
live.
can. It's called YouTube.
Live. So it might be a good opportunity to do so. Plus, they usually have other acts as well. So
I'll make you a deal.
Please.
If the tickets are less than $40, I will very strongly consider going with you.
I think you just want a discount. And
I'm
send this over to,
I'm pretty cheap.
if we send this over to the guys and they see this, they're like, we'll give it to the bald one.
It'll be like a Seinfeld thing where you get it for $40 and I get it for $200.
Yeah, 160.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I'm trying not to say this in a way that's going to be considered more offensive than my intentions. I just, at some, looking at sports, like Travis Kelce, he's 30, I think he's 37 now.
Oh my God, so old.
For an NFL player, he
Way
is so past his prime.
So past his prime.
And he knows that his time is limited. He's not going to play till he's 70 just because there might be a fan who wants to see him.
Yeah. Not quite the same.
Just because he can run, he may not be able to run fast. But, it's just, I don't know. I feel like we as a society should recognize within ourselves when we're no longer giving optimal performance. Can he do like like could they do like smaller gigs, like exclusive gigs? You know, that's fine. But when you do these big arenas, people are wanting an arena style show.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is my hill to die on.
What do you think about instead of multiple, like a full on tour that is like one big show that they record and then give out, like very much like a Ozzy was sort of doing at the end there, where he would just do, you know, a one big show, record it, and that way people can see.
I'll even go further than that. I mean, I have no issue with. Let me see how many tour dates are on this. 1, 2, 3, 4 in South America. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. 21 shows from February to September. That's 3 shows a month.
Here.
That's actually not bad.
That right
Don't
there.
ask them.
Second best-selling album of all time, Parker.
My point is that they actually did it for me. I was gonna complain about something, but they actually bailed me out. I'm glad that they're only doing 21 shows in 7 months.
They know their restrictions.
Because they know their restrictions. So maybe they're already communicating to us that they know their restrictions. But I'm just.
I mean, their bodies are telling you that. I mean, so let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
When you saw Michael McDonald, did they?
He was great, 100% perfect.
Did they change the pitch of their songs to compensate? Like, is he able to hit the same notes, like actual notes?
That's what I was trying to get. That's what I was trying to imply or say earlier. Was like I thought he was nailing it, and when I went back to listen to some of my videos, like yeah, he was pretty much in tune the whole time. But you could tell that they had made some changes to the I don't want to say score, but like they made some musical decisions.
Sure.
And they adjusted for that. But he didn't go out there and go and no sound came out.
Yeah.
It's just it is what it is. I'm glad that they're doing 3 shows a month instead of 7 shows a month, because if you got the best on February 24th, 2026 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and you get the worst on September 29th in Philadelphia, you're upset. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But maybe they recognize it, and they're just not telling us that they recognize it.
Okay. Well, that is a take.
So that ends my rant about how I feel, people should just leave.
Just stop.
Just leave.
Well, I'm all for the music. Who's the guy that I think it was early last year, where the dude was obviously lip syncing, and like they kept showing like videos of him where he's just like literally not even trying. Man, it's a bad story.
Are you thinking of Milli Vanilli?
No, not being in trouble for it. He was a very popular singer. I wasn't super familiar with him, but there was a bunch of videos of people going to see him like in a casino or whatever, and he's just propped
Frankie
up.
Valli?
Maybe.
Was it like an old man?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Frankie Valli. Yeah. So you're not familiar with Frankie Valli?
Not at all. Yeah.
Okay, so he's the Four Seasons. The Sherry,
Okay.
or You're Just Too Good to Be True. He did the Grease theme.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But the problem is that he's old and he can't hit those notes anymore. I mean, I'm 30 and I have a hard time hitting those. I can't imagine Frankie's doing a great job. So yeah, they have this. There's this viral video of him walking around like a Disney animatronic Chuck E. Cheese knockoff.
Yes.
While his song is playing, and you can tell that he is not singing it. You can tell, but hey, you know what? There's a demand. So we'll just wheel him out there.
So my question is,
yes, they should put him on ice. They should put him on the bench, and they should say, just let us do the Jersey Boy Broadway shows instead.
Is that not the best version for you? That you're hearing peak Ricky, and you get to see him doing his thing?
That's so mean. No, that's so bad. Hey, would you like to be lied to? Hey, would you like? Because I mean, hypothetically, what's stopping me from going home, putting on a Doobie Brothers record, and putting on get a photo printed out that I took from that concert, and I just set it on top of the record player, and I think this is exactly that. I'm just looking at the old version, but I'm listening to the young. It's disingenuous. There's your big word of the day.
I'd like to actually pursue this a little bit further in a later episode, maybe, where we talk about.
You're just trying to trap me.
No. I'm genuinely. So I'll just spoil it now. I want to know your opinion on AI music
Absolutely.
and the different ways that they've been using it, so on and so forth. But don't go into it because I want that to be an episode in
Yes.
itself. So yeah, okay. We're no longer talking about AC/DC or Back in Black. Any final thoughts? Do you want to tell me your least favorite song?
Give a dog a bone.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yes.
Guys, we're going to get to a point when we listen to so much music that we picked out for each other that we're just going to have synced
Sentences.
music. We're just going to have synced music tastes.
Yep.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, no, like I said before, it's a great album. I understand the cultural significance. The songs are in the rotation. I don't know. It just doesn't hit. Just doesn't hit the same way.
Just doesn't hit. Well, you own it. I don't own it. So you're a liar.
Would you like to buy it from me?
I'm trying to give it away for roughly $80.
I need it for a side mission.
All right. Well, that was ACD. ACDC.
Would you like a teaser for next week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please.
I'll put it this way. I'm not going to tell you the name of the band,
Okay.
but I will tell you that we will be reviewing their 17th album.
And you had no idea they had more than one?
They have more than 20.
Okay.
I'll put it this way. They may not have more than 20, but the numbers that they have on their albums exceeds the number 20.
So it really is that mini album.
So the name of the album is band name 17.
Okay. All right. Well, if you know it, guess it in the comments.
It's America's first ska band.
Okay. Wow. Looking forward to that.
Yep. So we'll see you next week.
All right. Well, that was the Vinyl Vault. We'll see you next week.